Hey, good Friday to you. I'm Storm Team 9 Meteorologist Patrick Ellis here with your ENC Weather update for this May the 24th, 2013. A beautiful day across eastern North Carolina once we got the clouds on out of here, and now the dry air punching in as well. The update a little late today due to the fact that I had to do the 5:30, and 6 o'clock newscast, so that's the reason why I'm a little late on getting this up. So let's go ahead and look at some of the Skycam shots from across the network this evening. Here's a look from the Bridgepoint Hotel and Marina down in New Bern, looking over the Trent River and the Neuse River, and looking at some puffy cumulus clouds out there. No rainmakers this evening, just a nice afternoon. Temperatures down there still at 73 degrees in New Bern. Temperatures will fall fairly quickly tonight down into the 40s. And here's a look from Onslow Memorial Hospital down in Jacksonville. Once again, same type of scenario, just some puffy cumulus clouds and just a nice evening across eastern North Carolina. You see the traffic moving slowly, a little heavy, but down there on Western Boulevard. Here's a look at the visible satellite, probably the last couple of images that we'll see today. You can see just a few puffy clouds still lingering around across the east, but that's about it. The bulk of the rain shower activity now well off the coast, and will stay that way. You see dry air now starting to push in here across all this red shading here. All that is dry air filtering in with that northwesterly breeze. All this moisture here starting to get on out of here. We've got dew points along the I-95 corridor in the mid-40s, but if you live along the coast, still a little bit on the humid side comparative to what we're seeing deeper inland, with dew points closer to the mid and upper 50s, and a few spots touching 60 degrees out along the outer bank. Alright folks, we're going to take this off of the 18Z run of the NAM 4 kilometer, showing you guys what's going on as far as temperatures are concerned this evening, and look what happens tonight. It's going to be a fairly cool evening across eastern North Carolina as we head through the overnight hours. Here's 2 o'clock in the morning, and temperatures already in the 40s deeper inland, and then we'll fast forward to 5 o'clock in the morning, see what we've got going on here. Temperatures deeper into the 40s. Along the coast, we'll stay right around 50. It will be a cool night as we see clear skies and calm winds, and that dry air really starting to punch in as well. Here's 8 o'clock in the morning, still pretty cool out there. Temperatures likely right around 50 or so. That's what we'll call it tomorrow morning as you're waking up. And it's going to be a cool day on average across the east. We're not going to warm up all that much. Here's 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. You see temperatures only in the mid and possibly upper 60s across the southern portions of the viewing area. That's valid at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Definitely going to not be that warm of a day. We're going to call it about 72 tomorrow afternoon. I think with the sunshine, the sun angle that we have, we'll be able to get up into the low 70s, but it's going to be a hard press to do so. I think upper 70s and upper 60s rather to low to mid 70s across the east going into tomorrow. And I wouldn't be surprised if some areas up into the extreme northeastern portion of the state, up towards Camden, Currituck counties, also into northern Dare County, seeing temperatures staying in the 50s for much of the day. So it will be a cool day to start off your Memorial Day weekend across eastern North Carolina, but as we go into the long run, we'll start to warm up, and eventually through the latter half of the week, we're talking about temperatures well up into the 80s. Alright, here's the output from the 12Z GFS run, and what you can see here, trough basically on top of us right now. That's bringing down that cooler and drier air into eastern North Carolina. That will continue to be the case as we head into tonight and going into tomorrow as well. Fast forward to tomorrow afternoon, low moves off the coast, and you see that dry flow right on top of us on Saturday afternoon. Temperatures, like I said, likely going to stay in the upper 60s to low to mid 70s tomorrow afternoon. I don't think many of us even hit the mid 70s. I think most of us will stay lower 70s at best tomorrow afternoon. So if you have plans to head down to the beaches, it will be a cooler day as we go out and about across eastern North Carolina. We'll fast forward into Sunday. Same type of scenario. Mostly sunny skies and good subsidence on top of us. Maybe a little bit of energy to pop up, maybe 1 or 2 clouds early in the morning on Sunday to wake up. But not expecting a whole lot. Temperatures start to come up just a smidge. We'll be up closer to, we'll say 76, 75 degrees going into your Sunday. And here's Monday. Ridge starts to build in here just slightly for Memorial Day, but it's not going to be mega ridge just yet. Temperature still closing in on 80. And you see what's going on here. We've got a little piece of energy off towards the north and east, and we'll fast forward to Tuesday, and a little piece of energy kind of comes through here through the flow, and that's going to actually allow for maybe a chance for a shower or thunderstorm that afternoon. The European actually lays a boundary right across Virginia, and not 100% sure that would happen. The GFS has a few showers and thunderstorms and kind of encompasses the Piedmont. We call it about a 20% chance for rain with that system coming through. But you see what's happening here. That ridge starts to build on in here. And we head into Wednesday, and it's firmly on top of us. High pressure firmly on top of us here in eastern North Carolina. And that day, I think we start to build back into the 80s. If the GFS is right, we'll definitely be in the 80s that afternoon. Here we are on Thursday, and the ridge is really on top of us, and I think we're closing in on 90 for some of us that afternoon as the ridge really pumps up into Pennsylvania. Here's Friday, ridge off to the, starting to move off towards the east, and we've got that return flow, that southerly flow. We'll start to see maybe a few showers along the coast. We'll keep slight chances of rain for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but not expecting a whole lot. But that moisture really starts to pump in here by Friday. I think we're going to be pumping up towards 90 degrees. Same thing likely as we head towards your Saturday of next week. All right, and on to the GFS output on the surface. Cold front well off the coast now starting to get that dry air in here. Go into tomorrow looking good, high pressure on top of us. Once again, temperatures likely in the 70s for tomorrow with that cool flow out of the north. Go into Sunday, same type of scenario. We get a cool flow out of the north, and likely will start to turn more light and variable through the afternoon hours. Temperatures mid 70s for us. Here's Monday, high pressure, good stronghold. And I think maybe a little bit of moisture starts to come up in here with that southerly flow now. And that's going to allow for a few more clouds, but not expecting any rain showers that afternoon. High temperatures likely around 80. And fast forward to Tuesday, and you see GFS is putting just a few showers as we start to get more moisture into the area. High pressure ridge off to the west, that's going to bring up that flow. Continue off to the east rather. That'll continue to bring the flow up along the Atlantic seaboard. Once again, temperatures warming up will likely be in the low 80s that afternoon with a chance for a shower or thunderstorm. And we'll go back here to Wednesday. Maybe a slight change for a shower that afternoon as well. Ridge starts to build in that afternoon with temperatures into the low to mid 80s. Here's Thursday afternoon. High pressure, well, as we saw on the upper air chart, and definitely the ridge on top of us. On top of that, we've got the surface high on top of us, and maybe we may only get a 10% chance for rain that afternoon, but temperature is definitely going to be warm, closer to 90. And on Friday, same type of scenario. High pressure very much on top of us. Temperatures near 90, and even for Saturday as well, as with that main storm track stays well off towards the north. That'll do it for me here on the ENC Weather Update for today. Tomorrow's update should be up here by about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Check in with Chief Meteorologist David Sawyer tonight at 10 o'clock on the CW and 11 o'clock right back on WNCT. I'll be in tomorrow at 6, 7, 10, and 11 to give you guys the weather updates on the television side. You can also stay up with us on WNCT.com, Facebook, and as well as Twitter. Have a great weekend, and hopefully you have a great Memorial Day weekend. And remember, of course, our veterans and also our active duty military that are out there serving for us here in the United States. Have a great evening. God bless.